Well, some of it'll be what contact options you have, period. As I mentioned earlier, some of those brands, there is no phone number, right? You're not going to be able to call a live human at technical support. You're going to get access to a public forum, which might take days for a response. You might have a faster response on Reddit. You
Probably.
might have an email, but who knows how long that takes? Who knows what their expectation on responding to tickets is, especially because, you know, to be blunt, a lot of the companies that offer that level of support tend to be based overseas. And so there's also
Mhm.
going to be significant time zone differences from North America. I'm in Eastern time and here in Canada, you guys are, a little farther away, but our time zones aren't really that different. We can still make it work. But if we have to try to contact somebody in China, that's a different day, right?
Mhm.
So you have to think about that. So that can be there. Some companies will sell support contracts, right? So it's a recurring cost. Usually you're going to see that at the higher end when you get up into things like the TriCaster, call them out again. You want software updates, you want support, you want, those really expensive companies are typically going to sell support contracts that are recurring and you need to renew every so often. And then there's sort of a middle ground that you'll see with something like an AJA or an Epiphan, where they've essentially built those costs into the product upfront. So they might be in that $1,000 to $2,000 range, but they aren't necessarily going to charge you a support contract to be able to call their teams. And if you're talking about, say, a Matrox or Epiphan, their support teams are going to be based in North America, whether that's Canada or the US. So, chances are you're going to get somebody who's closer to your time zone in North America.